Okay, friends, today we are going to be making our pizza pockets. So these are the ingredients we're going to be working with. We're working with crescent rolls, pepperoni, pizza sauce, Italian cheese. We just got a cheese blend, but you can use mozzarella. We have some Parmesan, some garlic, and some pre-melted butter. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take out our crescent rolls. This can be a little tricky sometimes. You might want to get a parent's help, but it's also a lot of fun because, let's see, it says 375 for 9 minutes. So we'll need to remember that for later on when we cook it. Okay, so we pull off the paper. Can you give it?
We can just read it.
We could hang on to that, that's true. Okay, so give it a good smack right there on the edge of the table. Oh, okay. That did it. Woohoo! Oh, also, kids, I forgot to tell you that I like to use a little bit of parchment in the bottom of my pan just so that it's easier for cleanup. Okay?
That was fun.
That was fun? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take two, crescent rolls usually come in triangles, but we want to have a square. So we're going to keep two together. Okay, like this. That's going to be one. Here, I'm going to move all this so you can see what I'm doing. The job that I'm going to give Kyle is I want you to pinch this and fix it so that you don't even see the seam. Okay, you want to make sure it's like one piece instead of two pieces separate. You kind of pinch it along the seam. And then you pat it down so it's nice and closed, right? Okay, good. Now, you can even flip it over just to make sure that it's closed on both sides. Flip. And, well, let's keep it straight. Okay, let's keep it like that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, pinch. And then smash. Try not to smash it down too much. You don't want to flatten your dough, but you do want to make sure
smash it like how I opened it.
Stays together. All right? Okay, now the next trick is for us to put a little bit of pizza sauce on one end. Let me show you, and then you can do the second one. A little bit of pizza sauce on one end of your pocket. Okay, Kyle's going to do the same on his. Remember to leave a little bit of a gap all around the edge there. Okay, you don't want to over sauce it because it could seep out, but that's perfect. Okay, now the next one, same thing with the cheese. Okay, you're going to put a little bit of cheese right there just over your sauce. Kyle, do the same. Now it depends on how much or how little pepperoni you want. I think 4 is a good number. Okay, and you just get your pepperonis. That's probably enough. Yeah. Again, if you over sauce or over cheese or over pepperoni, it could come out the side, so you don't want that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lay them out. Okay, and then the next trick is we're going to fold this over, and I need to get a fork. Kyle, fold yours over. Well, what you do? Did you take a bite?
Maybe.
What you do now, you want to make sure that you're. Well, I didn't want it to come out the side, so you want to make sure you can't see your pepperoni. It has to hide in there. Okay. And then you take. Look what I'm doing, Kyle. You take your fork and you come along the edge. Okay. See how I'm doing that? I'm gonna let you do the other one. Well, this one. Okay. But first, let me finish this one. You just come along the edge. And that will seal up your pocket.
So that's why they look like that?
So you do that. Just gently, real gently. Yep. Perfect.
So definitely not as hard as I did smashing open.
No, yeah, you want to be gentle so you don't make a mess and so you don't.
That wasn't very messy though. That was very neat. But
there you go. Perfect. Okay, perfect. That's great. Okay, awesome. Now I'm gonna just loosen it, make sure that it doesn't stick too much to our parchment. Okay, should be fine, parchment's non-stick, but just in case. Okay, now here's the last thing that you can also do. This is kind of an extra, but it does make your pockets look nice and pretty when they come out of the oven. I've got some melted butter here, any type will do. Put just a dash of garlic salt or powder if you like garlic salt or powder, but it could just be plain butter. Okay, and then you brush it over the top. Just a small amount. Okay. Very good. And you want to do the other one? You got a kind of a pool of it, and move it over to this side. Here you go. Now I'm going to put just a dash of Parmesan cheese over the top. You want to do that one? It comes out fast.
Just a dash. Just a
Yeah.
dash. Just.
I've seen your dashes before. Okay. There we go.
Now, can I have
Perfect.
just a dash of cheese?
Okay, so we're gonna move it over to the oven. I've got my oven preheated at, I set mine for 350. It says 375 on the packaging, but my oven is a little bit hot, so I'm gonna go at 350. You can kind of just watch it and see what works for you. Just make sure that the top is nice and browned and your stuff should be good inside. Ready? Okay, kids, now this is the part where mom or dad or a grown-up should help. You want to remember that your oven's very hot and you don't want to burn yourself. So ask an adult to help you with this part. Put it in. Okay, we're going to start it at 9 minutes. So I'm going to turn my timer on for 9 minutes and start. We are going to get our pizza pockets out of the oven. Once again, this is an adult job. We ended up adding just a couple more minutes, so we cooked ours for about 10 minutes at 350. And I wish you had smell-o-vision because they smell delicious. All right, so Kyle, come here. Let's see the finished product. Let's see how it looks inside. Ooh, looks delicious. And you can also, for dipping, you can place a little bit of your pizza sauce on the outside for dipping.
It wouldn't be nice to clear and butter this much.
Hold on. Okay, so here we go. It's a little too hot to bite right now, but we're gonna try it out in just a minute.
Well, this
Hope you enjoyed our pizza pocket recipes, guys, and hope you can make them at home.
It's Friday, y'all, and if you might remember, we're doing Foodie Friday, right? So you just saw Miss Jen and Kyle make some delicious pizza pockets. And I'm just going to tell you, I was there when they made them, and I got to have one for lunch. They were awesome. I hope you all get to make them as well. So today, you can tell I'm here at the coffee shop, right? And just reminding me that it's Foodie Friday, and I'm like a coffee person, and so always have my mug of coffee with me. We're doing lesson number 14 today. Is God sovereign over me? So we've seen that God is ruler over all the world, but what about me? Is God sovereign over me? So sometimes things happen that I just could not have imagined would happen. Things like major viruses that kind of take over, right? Things that happen in our lives that we didn't expect, and it just kind of throws everything that we're doing off. It's not our normal, it's not our expected. And so can we say that God is sovereign over that He knows every little detail about me and my life, and that I can trust Him with that? We absolutely can. And in Romans 8:28, the Bible tells us, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good for those who are called according to His purpose. Now, we might want to kind of take that out of context, right? And we might want to say, I can just do whatever I want and everything's going to work out good anyway because, God, right? But that's actually not what that verse is telling us. It's telling us that for those who love God, that's number one, all right? So if you think you can just kind of leave God out of your life and he's going to make everything happy for you, yeah, that's not going to happen. So first of all, we need to love God. And then for those who are called according to his purpose. So if I'm called according to his purpose, that means that I'm going to want to do things his way. So he may tell me that he wants me to do something in particular. Let's say he tells me that he wants me to go be a missionary. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I know better. I'd be much better at just staying right here in my comfortable world and doing my own thing. But, you know, God's going to make it all good because he promises me that. Well, actually, no, because if I do what he calls me to do, if I'm going according to his purposes, then he has promised me that everything that happens is going to be good. Now, you might say, wait 1 minute though, what about things like the virus? Or what about things like somebody in my family died? There are difficult, bad things that happen in life. But God takes those even difficult things and he, with his loving hands, he molds that into something that is going to be perfect just for you. And you're going to find out as you look back on those things how God has made those really difficult, tough things into something beautiful for you if you love him and are called according to his purpose. So he has a beautiful life, beautiful plan just for you. And I want to encourage you to follow in that plan, to do what God has called you to do, because that's the very best thing you could do. And you will find that life is beautiful when you do that. Perfect? No, because we live in a fallen world, but beautiful. Love you guys. I'm going to pray with you. And then I hope you have a chance, if you haven't already, to make those yummy pizza pockets, maybe for lunch today. All right? God, we thank you that you have a beautiful plan for each of our lives, and that if we follow that plan, Lord, that you are going to make something beautiful out of us. And all the difficult things are going to be made into something beautiful because you are sovereign. You are our God, and we love you. In Jesus' name, amen. Y'all have an awesome weekend, okay? I'll see you next week.